Hello students. So in the previous lecture I have studied about the magnetic torque or a force on a closed circuit. Now in detail, if I want to study regarding that, so let us consider a differential current loop or rectangular shape with a uniform magnetic field B. So this is uniform magnetic field B and this is a rectangular shape current loop, differential current loop. Assume that the loop is placed in XY plane. The loop lies in the XY plane, this figure. Now the sides here of the loop are parallel to X and Y axis and are of length dx and dy. So you can call this as a side AB, BC, CD, like this. So let its length be dx and dy of sides of rectangular loop. Now this is origin and distance between these two is r, right? Now considering the origin of rectangular coordinate system as a center of loop, the value of magnetic field at the center of rectangular loop carrying the current I in the anti-clockwise direction is B0. That is this one, magnetic field. At this point it is B0. As rectangular loop is differential with the differential lengths of dx and dy, the magnetic field will be assumed as B0 everywhere. So the total force on the loop is 0 and the origin for the torque can be selected as the center of the loop. So you can observe in the figure, differential current loop in a magnetic field B, the torque on the loop is dt, that is I dx dy az cross B0, or it can be I dx cross B. So next we see that since the loop is of differential size, the value of B0 B at all the points on the loop may be taken as B0. Now the total force on this loop is 0, already I have told this, and we are free to choose the origin for the torque at the center of the loop. So therefore vector force on side 1 is T of 1 I dx cross B0. So this is the length dl, it is nothing but dl is dx ax cross B0. Now df1 can be written as I dx. Here B0y az minus B0 z ay, it can be written like this, ax cross B0 can be written like this because it is in the determinant form, right? Now here determinant should be written. Now for this side of loop, the lever arm R extends from origin to the midpoint of side R1 is equal to minus half of dy ay, and contribution to the total torque will be dt1 is equal to R1 cross df1. So R1 is minus half of dy ay cross I dx, that is same df1. Now after again further simplification, minus half of dx dy I and ay cross az and ay cross ay. So ay cross az will be 1 ax and ay cross ay will be 0. So only this is remaining. Now the contribution on the side 3 is found to be same. So all I am talking about this rectangular shape. This is one side and now contribution of this will be again same. So that is dt3 r3 cross df3. So it will be same, it is nothing but equal to r1. This is positive now, r3 is positive, and this will be get as a negative value df1. So hence again we will get a final same one, that is equal to dt1. So therefore dt1 is equal to dt3. Now dt1 plus dt3 will be equal to minus dx dy I b naught y ax. Right. Now evaluating the torque on the sides 2 and 4, we find dt2 plus dt4 is equal to dx dy I b naught x ay, and then the total torque is given by dt is equal to I dx dy into bracket b naught x ay minus b naught y ax. The quantity within the parenthesis may be represented as cross product. So therefore dt is equal to I dx dy az cross b naught. So dt is equal to I ds cross b. So where ds is vector area of differential current loop and subscript on b naught has been dropped. Now we define the product of loop current and the vector area of loop as differential magnetic dipole moment dm with its unit as ampere meter square. Thus dm is equal to I ds, this one. So therefore dt will be equal to dm cross b. So dm is nothing but magnetic dipole moment I ds. Or if we extend the results we obtain in section 4.7 for differential electric dipole by determining the torque produced by electric field, we see the similar result dp dt is equal to dp cross E. Because we selected a differential loop, so that we might assume B was constant throughout it. Now it follows that torque on the planar loop of any size or shape in the uniform field is given by the expression, same expression, that is torque is equal to is cross b, that is m cross b, where is is magnetic dipole moment. Right. So here magnetic dipole, when the planar loop or a coil is normal to the magnetic field, in this case the sum will be equal to 0. Right. This is what there is a need to determine, that is considering there is need to consider this current loop, differential current loop, and around this differential current loop we have to find the torque due to 1 and 3 which will be same, and the torque due to sides 2 and 4 which are also same as we have obtained dt1 and dt3, both are same, we are considering these two, and dt1 plus dt3 is added here. The same thing dt2 plus dt4 is added. Right. After that addition of all the torques will be this one, that is IDS cross B, where IDS is magnetic dipole moment. With this we have made a magnetic dipole for planar coil. So if a coil may be any shape, whatever might be the shape of the coil, here we can get the same equation for the torque. So let us see one example on this. So numerical on torque. To illustrate some force and total torque calculation, consider a rectangular loop shown in the figure 8.7. Calculate the torque by using T is equal to I/S cross B. Now in this case the solution is, the loop has dimension of 1 meter by 2 meter and lies in uniform field. B0 is equal to minus 0.6 AY plus 0.8 AZT. The loop current is 4 milliamps, a value that is sufficiently small to avoid causing any magnetic field that might affect B0. So we have T is equal to I, this is, and surface is 1 cross 2 into AZ cross B0. So that will give us 4.8 AX milli nanometer. Thus the loop tends to rotate about an axis parallel to the positive axis. So this is of the problem, and small magnetic field produced by 4 milliampere loop current tend to line up with B0. So this is the problem regarding the torque on the planar coil, right? So you can solve some many problems by considering any different shape for torque.